What's going on, collectors? Welcome into Ross Loves Cards. Today, I'm going to share with you the greatest trio ever formed on one basketball team. Although that's probably taken a little bit far. I'm going to share with you my favorite trio that came together. You've probably seen in the thumbnail possibly who the three are going to be from my favorite team in basketball, the Houston Rockets. When they got Hakeem Olajuwon, Clyde Drexler, and Charles Barkley all together. Around this time, I became a basketball fan, coming off of I guess it was 95 when they won the finals. Drexler came in part of the year that way. Then Jordan came back. And, he didn't keep the Rockets from getting to the finals, but that's another story. They couldn't make it there. So, the next year, they go out and they get Charles Barkley. Now, 96, a lot going on. The Olympics was going on, Summer Olympics. I was huge into it. Of course, my favorite player, Hakeem Olajuwon, he was on that team. Charles Barkley was. Drexler wasn't, but I've always kind of been a fan of Drexler. Where I first known of Drexler was NBA Jam when he was with the Portland Trailblazers. Him and Terry Porter, I believe. If I couldn't be the Rockets, I was going to be Portland Trailblazers. Couldn't think of the name. I was going to be the Trailblazers because of Drexler and Porter. But they got Barkley coming in. I think I read somewhere that Barkley was the leading scorer on the Olympic team. Maybe having that wrong, so maybe I read a wrong source. But anyways, coming into the season, the 96-97 season, was these three. I was so pumped up. I actually got this in a poster. This is a 4x6, I think. This is a 4x6. I had this exact poster growing up. I actually was looking to buy me a full-size poster. Haven't ran it by the wife yet, but you know what? Sometimes a man's got to tell him what's going to happen, so or ask him nicely. And I didn't have the nerve to ask her nicely, but no, I'm just kidding. I came across this, that it said a poster card. And I thought, man, that's the coolest thing ever. Apollo 3, Houston with the space program, but it has Apollo 3 up here in the corner. Then it has Barkley, Olajuwon, and Drexler. I actually customized my poster. The poster had these names on it, and I kept it that way for, I don't know, probably a year or so. And then I was going to make an Hakeem Olajuwon, well, I guess you'd call it a binder. I called it a book, I think. But I cut the names off here at the bottom, and I square cut this, so I had a name. I don't know how long it was. But anyways, I had a name at the bottom of that binder. And then off of a program from our local junior college, it showed a basketball going through the net and said Swish on it. And so I cut their team's logo off and, put my Olajuwon right beneath it. I probably ought to go to my parents' house and go to rummaging and see if I could find that. It's bound to be there somewhere, or I may have taken the cover off. I don't know. Anyways, y'all don't need to hear that story. But this right here reminds me of my bedroom up until my senior year. My parents moved houses my senior year, and I didn't take this poster with me. I'm sure I took it down. I may have just got rid of it. It may have got ripped. But fond memories. I tell you what, this card right here has a lot of similarities as here. Same players. Same order. It is not the same picture, though. I was going to say I don't think it is. Camera angle's just a shade different. And I know the background's different, but bound to be in at the same time that they took this picture, just from, I think, maybe a different angle. But here's a 96 card. Another 96. I've also, at one point in time, I had a, was it a 5x7 maybe? 5x7. They made a jumbo card of this. It's possibly still at my parents' house. But anyways, I got this card. Hakeem, Drexler, Barkley. Oh, what's it say here? Okay, yep. Hakeem, first pick, 1984 NBA draft, #1. Okay. You know, that may not turn the best out for the Rockets, but it got them a couple championships. So, anyways, 98 draft. Then it says in 95. Let's see, 84. 95 brought Drexler along. You know what? I should have just pulled this card out instead of going off my memory. And 96 trade with Phoenix. Barkley, I always remember, well, when I think of Barkley, I think of him being a Phoenix player. Now, most people would say, well, that's I think of the Sixers. And, most people would, but I think it was 92 he went to, and I turned 5 when he went to Phoenix, I believe. So most of my knowledge of anything of him would have been him with Phoenix. But I actually, at one point in time, did have a Phoenix Suns shirt. I got that off my cousin. And, when I think of Phoenix Suns, I think of Barkley. Way before I do Jason. Is it Jason Kidd? I'm going to have to check that. Pretty sure. I know he was with the Mavs, but I think he went there too. And Steve Nash. But there's some more combo cards. Starting 5. Got Barkley, Drexler, and Hakeem in the background. '97 game night. Here, Barkley and Drexler, and Olajuwon right there. Nope. Olajuwon right there, Barkley and Drexler. And, yeah, I was just making sure I didn't tell you wrong. I thought I had one more. Nope, that's it, guys, for that. But I want to show you their rookie cards. Very few times do I get to show 3 Hall of Fame rookie cards. It's Basketball Hall of Fame, but it's still a Hall of Fame. Is this Barkley? All of these are 1986 Fleer. We got Charles Barkley. Done some trading with J. Hawker Mike on this. We went to Strongsville. I love it. Barkley, still pretty popular. He does the basketball game commentating, or like the pregame show. I don't watch a lot of basketball anymore, but also like I've noticed, what's a March Madness? Couldn't think of it. He'll do a couple of commercials. I think Capital One he's big with. I'll go ahead and show the backs as well. And, that's something I've noticed about these cards. They're not perfectly centered. Some of them's all right. But anyways, where I notice the most on centering on these is it's easiest for me to tell by looking at the back. The back could be, I guess, different than the front. But if I want to see if it's off-centered, that's a quick reference. Since I'm kind of an 86, I'm just kidding. I'm not. Drew Clean Cheap Shots. Check out some of his stuff if you want to see some cool 86s. But this card, Clyde Drexler. I guess I can give you the nicknames. Sir Charles. Clyde the Glide Drexler. This card, a special card to me. I'd been wanting it. It was the last of these 3 that I needed to buy. And, it kind of always seemed like, well, I get this $100 here. And I think, well, I kind of like to get that Drexler. But I'm going to go ahead and buy this baseball card or do this or do that. And I think it may have been a little shade over 100. I can't remember. I actually got this as a birthday gift for my wife and kids. They did let me pick it out, but I didn't open it until my birthday. I had agreed to that when she bought it. And my wife, it got here, and she said, "Are you sure you want to wait?" I was like, "Yes, I'm going to wait till my birthday." So, there's my birthday gift this year. And my favorite player of all time, Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. Whoop, sorry, my arm slipped. Number 1 draft pick, 1984. But you want something fun to do? Go back to 1984 draft and go through there and see if you see anybody you recognize. That's part of the reason this set is so awesome, I think. But these 3 I've got right here, my 3 favorite teammates coming together. Favorite trio is what I called it at the beginning. I just, I kind of got this card, and it kind of went from there on what cards I wanted to pull and show today. But I'd be interested in hearing below if you've got any better 3 players on your NBA team that you can think of that you think is better. There is better, I'm sure, but this is my favorite. So anyways, I'll be looking forward to seeing what y'all say in the comments. You all have a good one, and we'll talk to you the next time. Thanks.